So I would like to do a group reading here at this moment. How that works, I'm just going to tune into the fields of those that are going to watch this. I recorded days ahead, so I'm going to tune into those that are going to watch this video. And if it's a few days from now or a year from now or even longer, it doesn't matter. All the energy is already in here. It's already known, because there's no time and space when we talk about higher consciousness. So your energy is already here. I had someone saying the other day that I recorded in 2022 a video introducing aligned sessions, which I've done many of. You can all find them on my website still, aliceroda.com, in the store. They are powerful single channels, and that's something similar I'm going to do today. He said, it felt like you were talking to me because you exactly addressed the issues that I'm having. And that's from 2022, and we're 2025 right now. And I said, it's because already that energy of you going to watch it was already there. And I hear that very often as a reply of people. I was thinking about that and you addressed it. And so that is how it works. All right, enough talking about that. What I'm going to do, with your permission, is tuning in, not individual, but in everyone's higher self as a group. So if you're okay for me doing that, then please give me permission right now. I give Alice Roda, just say it out loud or in your mind and really feel it. I give Alice Roda permission to access my higher consciousness, so that I have permission to do so. Again, I'm going to tune into, I'm just waiting for the permission. I'm going to tune into the field. And then we take it from there. I don't know if we do a quantum healing, or let's see what wants to come through. Is it just a reading or a healing or anything else, or a message, or let's see. I'm just going to tune in. Give me a moment. All right. Okay. I don't know how you call that in English. If you're in an amusement park, you have a roller coaster, but you also have this one round thing. There's chairs against the wall, and then there's a leg underneath, and it goes up, and then it's going to turn around like really fast, and you're pressed against the wall. You know what I mean? Many of us experiencing, there's a lot of pressure, and there's once, then it moves one side and then the other side, and you don't know anymore, do I need to go this side and that side? And it's confusing. It's quite chaotic. So this is where we act as a collective. Dear you, I would say dear Starseed. This is where we are as a collective. It's tumbling time. It is going left or right and not knowing and feeling the pressure. And what I hear from a lot of people is, I'm feeling like I'm blocked. But you're not blocked. But it feels like I want to move forward, but then I'm pressed back. And there's something pressing me back. There's nothing pressing your back. Okay, I'm going to tune more into that. But that's the feeling. So I'm just describing the energy. It's chaotic, and it feels like it's almost impossible to get out of it. Give me a moment to tune in better. And let me know in the comments also if this resonates with you before I go further. And give it a thumbs up if this is something that you like. Would love that. That really helps others to see this as well. And have you subscribed yet? Do so. It really, really helps. And it's free anyway. So I'm tuning back in. So I would like to ask then, to that higher consciousness, the higher wisdom. Normally it could be an extraterrestrial or someone higher self. This is because you're gathered here as your highest expression. And the information I'm getting is more about your human struggling. And even if your human is not struggling constantly, part of it is. In some element and factors of your life, there is that feeling And maybe you don't call it struggling yourself because you're going with the flow, but a feeling moving, being moved left and right, and then believing this or then thinking no that. And I definitely resonate with that. So I would then like to tune into how do we deal with that, and how can we make better use, I would say, of the heightened energies that are coming in, because they're freaking high. And that's great. That's absolutely a gift. So how to deal with such a way that we're not getting depleted by it. That's because that's what's happening to many of you. That's a great one. Okay. The information I'm getting is you're not here in, no, there's an end to it. You're in the ride. If we take the analogy from the amusement park, I love that. You're on the ride and the ride finishes. You bought a ticket just for a few rounds and then you come out of it and your ride is done. You could say it's the same if the energy is at the moment. There's more, but that's the first thing we want to say. All right. I love it. Okay. I'm channeling clearly. So I'm just tuning in. Who am I channeling? It's just a collective of a lot of higher consciousness. There's not specific. It's just a combination of all of us here and the our higher consciousness. That's all. That's all the information. Good. So it won't last, but that's one way. And then there's another way to go about it, so you don't feel so pressured. You don't feel that you're being moved around here and there. Good. We love to hear that. Just tuning in again. Okay. The tone is going to change. Because here you are on this earth. And you're here because you signed up for it and you thought this was going to be fun and a ride. And wow, at this time you signed up to be here. And then you feel so pressured by it. Some of you longer, others are just this period. But remember, please, you came here for the joy. You came here for the whole amusement park. You came here for the fun of it, for the joy of it. And sometimes it feels pressured, sometimes it moves left and right. But hey, that is what you came for. That's the fun rides. Don't resist it. Don't try to go against it. Go with it. Because you will get nauseous and you get sick when you go against it. Just go with it. And if you sometimes move left, then move left. And if you sometimes move right, then move right. You don't always need to have answers, dear one. You don't always need to have clarity. You don't always need to know everything. Just flow with it. Go with it. And the confusion, allow it. Because this might just be what you need in this moment. Just shake things up in your life at this moment. So you start looking at it from a different perspective, with different glasses. That is what this is doing for you. So see it as a ride. The analogy is beautiful here of an amusement park. You chose to come to life. You chose to come to an amusement park. And there's several rides where you, and when you're riders, my pronunciation, the more I channel, the worse it gets. What did I want to say? Okay, let me tune in. So you hear, oh yeah, that's what I want to say. When you're a small child, you're not allowed to go in all the attractions. But the more you grow up, the more you have access to more attractions. So you're growing into being able, being allowed, being capable of going in more challenging attractions. Okay, let's translate that to your life. You're more and more capable to deal with these heightened energies. That's basically where it comes down to. You're ready for that. You're allowed. You can go with it, but then go with it. Okay. We conveyed the message. Go with the flow. Go with what is there in front of you. And if it's shaking you up, then you probably were supposed to be shaken up. If it takes you to higher levels, then you were supposed to take you to higher levels. If you're confused and don't know anymore, then that is probably what needed to happen. So allow it then. Don't try to put everything back into the structure it was, because if it's shaken up, it means that the old structure your life was in, you were doing your 9 to 5, or you're doing your homeschooling, and you have the rugby on Thursday and this on that, or whatever your structure of your day is, however you do your life. If it's shaken up, it means it was meant to shake up. So then don't try to, with all your force, try to get that old into the new time. Because apparently the shake-up was needed to change things. Now, how do you know what to change and what to keep? There we need to talk about. How do you know what to change and what to keep? I love the light energy. So did you get what we just said? Because not all of you got what we just said. So we want to repeat that. If your life feels difficult, pressured, and it might have been for a while or just shortened, whatever it is probably because the way you were doing things is no longer relevant. So don't try to fit it into the structure that you used to, or that society tells you how things are done. Nope. No, you're a starseed. You don't do per se things as others believe it is done. You do it as what feels right for you. And that might go against how other people do things. Like Alice is doing things absolutely intuitively and spontaneous. And so she's creating her, thank you for bringing that in, her chaos the last 2 weeks with all these heightened energies have shifted things and shaken things, and is stopping things that she'd be doing, like her 5-day journeys. No longer live, only a replay. She's starting something new, aligned living immersions. And I'm like, do we really have to go into this? Okay. She is doing new things. Just as an example of things got shaken up, so don't try to have what you've been doing to work, and because you feel in the moment it is no longer aligned. It's a swimming upstream. If you feel, and that's the right, if you feel in any way, this is important, that you're swimming upstream, then you know that things need to change. Because you're supposed to go the other way and go with the stream and with the flow. So if you have the feeling you've been swimming against the stream or trying to make things happen and it's hard work, then probably it's not the way to continue. And these heightened energies that will come and come and come, many will come. And it's not about buckle up or get ready. It's more about listen to what they have to say. What is your reality in your life? Is it chaos? Is it shaken up? You don't know anymore who you are and what you're doing? Then take that as information that you need to do something with. And we don't say this is easy, because change is not easy for you humans. We get it. We hear you, although we might not get it, but we hear you. But change is what is needed. So if there's a lot of shake up, don't try to continue the way you've been doing it. Okay, this is the last part. Feel into what wants to happen next. And not from the place of, I don't know how I'm going to make it happen. Oh, maybe I do this, maybe I do that, maybe let's try. No, not from that place. Because that's when you're still in the attraction. That's when you're still in the ride. And we want you to first step out and come to a calmer place. If you were nauseous, throw up so you get that out of your system. All right? And then come back to yourself. Sit down for a moment, have a drink, and contemplate of what just happened there. Poof. If you would come out of an attraction and you feel sick and nauseated, you just take a moment. Well, that is what we want to ask you. Just take a moment. Calm for a moment. And as long as you're still in it, just move with it. It's just information. You don't need to analyze the information. Just go over the left, or you want to go there and up and down. Yeah, sure. It's all right. It's going to show me that things need to be shaken up. And then from the place of stillness and the quietness and the calmness and the alignment, what is it that wants to happen next? What is it that I feel so inclined to do next? But only from the place of calmness and collectiveness. And if you don't know how to do that, come to Alice Her 5-Day Journeys. You'll learn how to, in a short amount of time, come to that calm place. This is not meditation. It's a few minutes. It's in a few minutes you're there, if not shorter. So here you are, in that stillness, in that calmness, and from there then feel what wants to burst. And sometimes, for some of you, that is just a few days doing nothing. And if you feel, honestly, I don't want to do anything, then that is what you do. Now, we don't want you to become lazy and thinking, I'm done with it because it's too complicated. No, that's a different feeling. I don't want to do any more because I can't deal with it. No. We want you to go to stillness, and that might be walking in nature, or if you're like meditating or whatever you do, find your stillness. Could be just a walk, could be just a breath, or a state of flow. Find that moment of stillness. And from there, really feel in what wants to be bursting through you, because that's your higher self speaking to you. It's the inkling that you get, the intuition, the pulse to want to do something. Maybe it's excitement. Maybe it's just very, very little. Like, oh yeah, I want to go there. Maybe I just want to go out and sit in the sun for a moment. Do so. And once you sat out in the sun and you did that, what else do you want to do? But don't. So there's a difference. We want to be clear about that, because that's the confusion. There's a distinction between you becoming lazy, we address it in a moment, and you just resting. Resting is when you really feel, I just can't, and it's so much, and I just want a moment of peace, please. I just need to rest for a moment. I feel that's the best thing for me to do. If you become lazy, and there's nothing wrong with laziness, but that's not what's required of you at this moment. You can be as lazy as you like. But the way we would describe lazy, and again, nothing wrong, no judgment, but lazy to us is when there's actually an impulse for you to do something and you're ignoring it. When you actually feel, I would really like, and not from the place of, I should really do the dishes, and I should really work in the garden, I should really do that job, but I don't feel like it. That's not what we mean. But you get that inkling, you get that impulse, you get that intuition, and you're ignoring it. And you're not following up on it. That's our definition of lazy. That you just become passive. And if you are someone that uses recreational drugs, that is helping you to be more lazy, because you no longer feel the impulse that wants you to do the next thing. You have drugged yourself, literally. And you have suppressed that feeling that. And do whatever you like to do, suppressing it or not. We're just saying that might aggravate you being lazy and not coming to action. And again, no action from the mind, but really the intuitive action, right? Conscious action. We hope this has helped you. We really enjoyed doing this with you. And thank you for your participation. And now my mind comes in. Hey, wasn't I channeling here? I mean, wasn't I reading the field? I was going to do that. And then they just took over there. And okay. So it's a beautiful demonstration of me going with whatever wants to move. It wants to move there, okay, we move there. And I might have an idea. It's actually a brilliant demonstration. I might have an idea. This is what I'm going to do. But then it went another way, and just go with it. I don't need to hold on to my idea that this is what I had in mind. No, it showed up different. Okay, that's how we do it. That's also fine. Worked out well, right? Love it. So last thing I want to say is, did they mention it already? I don't remember. I'm going to do aligned living immersions where just on a regular basis, whenever it feels aligned, I'm not going to plan them anymore. Whenever it feels aligned, I'm going to do one. What those are is, it's 5 days where I don't plan them. We're going to dive deeper. So whatever I'm doing on my YouTube channel is one level. And I would like to go much deeper with that. I want us to emerge in that, because this is a time that things are different. The way we do things spiritually, if that's the right word still, is different. And I honestly, as a person, don't know what that difference means yet. But I feel the structure of 5 days. The first day is the explanation of it, the channeling, the upgrades, the learning in whatever way. It's going to be absolutely guided. There's no planning. It's going to be the way it wants to show up in the moment. It's going to bring you, just like I started here, just what you need in that moment. That's we're going to do at day 1. It's live. You can also watch the replay. And then at day 3, we're going to dive deeper into it. You play with it in the meantime, and then we're going to dive deeper into what's happening in your life. Where is it still challenging? How can we deepen that even more? And then on day 5, we again gather. So you play with it during the week, and we have 2 gathering moments, and on different times, because we have people from Australia, States, Asia, and Canada, and so everyone has a moment that we can do that live. It's all on Zoom. That's what comes through. That's what really feels exciting. So stay tuned to that. I'm just announcing it here. It's not there yet, but soon I will announce it. Be part of my Starseed Living Facebook group. You'll hear there. I might say it here once more, or on my website, ellisroorda.com. It was beautiful to do together. If this is something you like, I love for you to give it a thumbs up and let me know how this landed for you. And do subscribe. It's for free, and it really helps the algorithm. Beautiful you. Wonderful to connect with you, and I'm looking forward to connect with you again.